Hi, welcome back to Solve the Wall with Mrs. Owens. Today we are doing episode April 29th, part 2. This episode will contain elapsed time and two-step story problems. Let's begin with elapsed time. First thing we need to do is figure out our beginning and ending times. And we are going to start with our first clock, clock A. And we need to figure out what hour it is. Since the hour hand is this little green one, it's kind of short because all it has to do is point to one of these hour numbers. So let's count how many we have. We have 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Now notice is this hand is pointing to about right there, so it's not quite at the 4 o'clock hour. So we are still within our third hour. And minutes are the red hands. They're the long ones because this long hand has to reach out and actually get close to these little tiny tick marks. And if you count the little tick marks, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's a bigger, darker tick mark. That allows us to count by fives and not having to count all those little baby ones. So here we go. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So this clock shows that we started something at 3:30. Let's go ahead and go to our ending clock. And let's look at our hour. This one's really, really tricky though. Our hour is 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Now a lot of people will say that this here, because it's getting really close, that it is actually pointing to the 6, which it is, but it's not quite pointing to that tick mark that shows 6. So this one is still at 5 hours. And our minutes will be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. We're not at 55, which would be right there. So we have to now count by ones. 50, 51, 52, 53. So this clock shows 5:53. So we begin an activity at 3:30. We ended it at 5:53. Elapsed time means how much time has passed. So how much time has gone by from 3:30 to 5:33? I like to do our number line because a number line just works really well for being able to keep track of what you're adding. A number line is the one on the left is always the earlier or smallest number. So in this case it's 3:30. And then somewhere down here, I'm not sure where, we need to end at 5:53. So I want to get to some easy numbers to use, and I know that if I were to add 30 minutes, I would have 3 hours and 60 minutes. And we know that 60 minutes is an hour, so that bumps us up at 4 o'clock. So and I better put my M here so I know what I did. I did minutes, not hours. So we have 30 minutes. We're at 4. I need to get to 5, so I can go whoop, 1 big hour. I like to do what I call the mountains. 1 hour, and that will make it 5 o'clock. And now look, now we've got our 5 o'clock. What we need next is the 53 minutes, so I can simply add 53 minutes. Looking back at my problem, I see that some of my information is in hours, so I have 1 hour, and I have 53 minutes right here, and I have 30 minutes here. Oh, this is going to be interesting because now I have 53 and 30. That makes for 83 minutes. But I have to be kind of careful there because 83 is greater than your 60 minutes in an hour. So I'm going to take away 60 minutes here. That's 1 hour. So I'm taking away minutes that are equal to an hour. That leaves me 23 minutes. So I need to take this 60 minutes or 1 hour, put it over here. I have 2 hours and 23 minutes. Wow, I made a mess of this one today. 2 hours, 23 minutes. So that concludes our elapsed time. Let's move on over to our two-step story problem. When I do two-step story problems, we like to use a strategy called read. And then we draw the picture and write an equation. And then when we write our answer in a complete sentence, including our labels. So, Jose wants to collect 100 rocks, and I like to circle numbers when I see them. So there's 100, and I circle that label so I know what the 100 represents. In this case, it's rocks. He has collected rocks for, another number, for 7 days. Each day he found 9 rocks. How many more rocks does Jose need to collect until he reaches his goal? Okay, I'm going to go down, and what is my answer going to be? My answer, how many more rocks? My answer is going to be in rocks. Does Jose need to collect until he reaches his goal? Okay, so let's go back and figure out what is his goal. He wants to collect 100 rocks. Okay, so his goal is 100 rocks. I'm going to go back with a different color and see if I can find some more words. More information to help me. Jose wants to collect 100 rocks. He has collected rocks for 7 days. Oh, there's some key words. Each day he found 9 rocks. How many more rocks does he need to collect until he reaches his goal? Okay. Well, it looks like we have a little man here, a little guy who wants to collect 100 rocks. That is his goal. So that's his goal. I'm going to use a tape model or a tape diagram or a bar model. So he wants to collect these 100 rocks. Got it. So he's already got some rocks. So it looks like this guy collected rocks for 7 days and he found 9 rocks each day. So I'm going to, remember this is a 2-step story problem. So I'm going to go down here and go, he collected rocks for 1 day. I'm going to label that. Oh, that doesn't look good. That box right there means a day. And he did that for 7 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So for 7 days, he's collecting rocks. Each day, so for each of these little boxes that represent a day, he's going to collect 9 rocks. So let's put 9 in each of those. Oh, okay. And again, I want to know what that 9 means. That 9 means those are the rocks he collected each day. So I like to label it. And it looks like he doesn't have enough rocks. So we don't know how many rocks he needs to get to 100. Okay, well, it looks like my first step would be to find out how many rocks he's already collected. And looking at my model right here, this is how many he's already collected. So this is collected, and then over here, this part right here is going to be what he needs to more to collect. So if we have, he needs to collect, he's already collected these, and then he needs to find more rocks for his collection. So I know right here, this one here is 7 times 9 equals 63. So right up here, he has 63 rocks. I'm going to redraw my model over here. So he needs 100. He's collected 63, and what we don't know is this amount here. So I could go, I know this part right here, this plus that, which should equal 100. 63 plus some number, let's name that R for rocks, equals the total 100. Okay, well, I know that if I counted up from 63 and added up, I would reach 100. Or I can rewrite this as a subtraction problem. 100 minus 63 equals R. Okay, so 100 take away 63. So I took one, I looked at there's 10 10s, so I took a 10 away and got 9 10s, and then I regrouped a 10 into 10 ones. So 10 take away 3 is 7, 9 10s take away 7, 6 10s is 3 10s. So it looks like he needs to collect 37 more rocks to make 100. So I need to write that. We've done the reading. We've done a lot of drawing and labeling and writing equations. I've done 2 steps. Here's my first step. Here's my second step. My last thing to do is Jose needs to collect 37 more rocks to reach his goal of 100. Does my answer make sense? I'm going to look back. Well, he had 63 rocks from the days that he collected, and now he needs to collect 37 more. My numbers look pretty close. 60 plus 30, that's 90. 3 plus 7 is 10. 90 plus 10 is 100. I think I've got it. So if you're still having trouble with this problem or similar problems, feel free to contact your teacher through Remind, and they can call you and help you through a few of these in a one-on-one setting. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you soon.